back to my YouTube channel, the best place for eczema warriors to get rid of the flares and get rid of the itch. Today's video is going to be such a good one because it's going to be all about supplements. In particular, we're going to be talking about the 5 biggest mistakes when it comes to taking supplements. A lot of you guys always have a lot of questions about supplements, so I thought I would film a video all about the 5 mistakes that you might be making when it comes to taking supplements. So if you want to learn all about that, then make sure you watch this video until the very end. And of course, before we get started into today's topic, I want to give you guys some life and biz updates. So recently, I just got back from a really nice vacation. We went to Osoyoos, which is a very beautiful city in BC, and it was nice to honestly get away after doing my clear eczema launch, because with every single launch, it's always really stressful and a lot of work. So it was nice to kind of get away and enjoy the nice weather and be able to enjoy the lake and the beautiful house that we stayed at. We also brought Taco with us, and it was just such a great time to hang out with friends and hang out with my dog and my partner. Here's the thing about going for little getaways or little vacations. I think as an eczema warrior, for those of you who are watching, it's really important to give yourself time to relax and give yourself time to unwind. Especially if you're someone who's like a go, go, go person. You're always working, you're always grinding. You want to make sure that you spend some time for yourself, whether it's by yourself or with your friends and family. I think that's really important for just not only your skin healing, but also your mental health. So that's kind of my little lesson from over the past month of working really hard, is to find time to be able to do things unrelated to work, unrelated to business. So that's kind of my life update. I recently was just on a nice vacation, and now I want to talk about some business updates, you guys. So last week I shared with you that our CYE group call has officially started. So we had our very first group call together last week, which was amazing, you guys. It's always nice to hear everyone's stories, hear about what people want to work on. We talked a lot about mindset, a lot about their journey, and we also even did a journaling exercise with all of my CYE group calls. I love to do journaling exercises. I think it's a great start when it comes to starting your journey, because we're really setting the intention and setting the expectations as they are continuing their journey with me over the next 14 weeks. That being said, again, you guys, even if you missed the first group call and you still want to join us, maybe you just landed on my YouTube video as of today, maybe you just found me on Instagram and you want to work with me, you can still join us inside the program. You can do this by booking a discovery call with me at the link in the description box below, and we can get you all set up inside Clear Eczema. The amazing thing about Clear Eczema is we're always enrolling clients month after month. So even though if you missed like the first call, you still get to attend all of the group calls that happen afterwards as well, because there's always going to be new people, there's always going to be new topics and new questions and things like that. So you're definitely not missing out. You can join us anytime. So yeah, guys, that's basically my life and business updates. Now let's move on into today's video, talking about the 5 mistakes with your supplements when it comes to your eczema. So the very first mistake I often see with people taking supplements for their eczema is they are being too aggressive with the supplements that they're taking. So oftentimes I will have clients come to me after seeing multiple different practitioners who prescribe them a bunch of supplements. Like I'm talking about like 10, 12, sometimes even 20 supplements to help support their healing. What you guys have to realize is that this is a huge mistake. I've seen with clients who are on these really aggressive protocols with aggressive supplements that they actually get a lot worse. And upon looking into the supplements that they're taking, oftentimes they are taking too many gut support supplements and too many liver detox supplements as well. And what happens with this is that when the body is not ready to take on all these supplements, they actually start to have this negative reaction with it. Negative reaction meaning more detox symptom. They start to notice that their flares are actually getting a lot worse. They're getting more itchy. They're just having these really uncomfortable symptoms, even though they are taking supplements and they were told that supplements are supposed to help them. The thing about supplements, you guys, you have to be careful with the dosages and also how many supplements you're taking as well. Sometimes with a lot of my gut clients where they struggle with constipation, it actually doesn't help to add in a lot of fiber supplements, a lot of supplements for the gut, because I've seen them actually become more constipated, or the opposite happens where they start to get diarrhea. So you actually have to find a balance when it comes to your supplements and know exactly why you're taking them. And we'll talk about that in a different tip that I'll be sharing with you guys later. But sometimes a big mistake that I'm seeing is being too aggressive with the supplements. Another example is I've seen clients come to me on a very strict Candida protocol. So meaning they are first of all on a very strict Candida diet, avoiding all of the fruits, all of the starches, but also taking like 5 to 6 different kinds of Candida support supplements, which ends up being too harsh on the body, and they start to get these detox symptoms of Candida die-off, which is normal in some sense because when you are dealing with a Candida die-off, you will experience worse symptoms. But it's different than experiencing the die-off from the supplements being too intense on the body. So inside Clear Eczema, I'm actually really careful with selecting supplements. I really narrow down a lot of supplements with my clients because oftentimes they'll come to me with a lot of supplements that I don't really think they need, and we end up narrowing it down to a few, maybe 5 or 6, and then they notice their skin actually starts to heal. So if you're someone who is really struggling with your supplements, you're not really seeing changes, you're feeling you're taking a lot, of course you can join us inside the program. I can help you with this. Or if you really want to just work things out on your own, I do have a free supplement guide you guys can check out. I really narrow down the supplements that are needed for specific reasons, whether it's for itching, for inflammation, for dry skin. That way you're really clear with which ones you're taking for what reason. That being said though, just because I've recommended these supplements doesn't mean you need to take them all. Always check with your practitioner to make sure that they are best suited for your personalized needs. So this moves on to the second biggest mistake you're making when it comes to taking supplements for your eczema is not knowing exactly why you are taking them. This is a huge mistake, you guys. I used to do this all the time in my journey. I would just like take so many supplements thinking that they would all help me, but not realizing that I'm actually wasting a lot of money just buying these supplements that don't actually work, right? For example, I was told that I had to take a probiotic, so we'll go buy a probiotic. I was told I gotta take omega-3s because they're good for inflammatory conditions, right? These are just some examples. Without realizing that sometimes with your body, you need certain things at different stages of your healing. Not everybody needs a probiotic right off the bat. Not everybody needs an omega-3 right off the bat, right? I still recommend these supplements in my practice, but it really depends on the person, right? Some people need to follow a process when it comes to skin healing, and the supplements have an order for that. So if you are taking a bunch of supplements randomly all the time, you're not actually focusing on your root cause, first of all. And that's the other thing too, right? Another mistake is not really knowing what your root causes are. So you end up thinking your root causes are everything, and then you take supplements that address everything, which leads to no results because we're not very clear on what you're taking them for. There are specific supplements for specific things, right? Even though probiotics, people say, oh, it's really good for your gut, it's really good for your skin, there are actually different strains that can cause your skin to be more itchy and release more histamines. And a lot of people don't know that, so they'll select any kind of probiotic off the shelf and take the probiotic thinking that's gonna help their gut and their skin, but really it's doing the opposite. At the same time, you guys have to make sure that you're selecting supplements that are professional grade and good quality, right? You can't just go to Walmart or go to Target and just pick one off the shelf, because a lot of the times I've seen clients do that and they don't get the results that they want. Well, that makes sense, right? Because choosing professional grade supplements will get you better results. And of course, in order to do that is to work with someone who can help you select those supplements, because then you're actually saving money from buying supplements that don't work. And a lot of times you guys always ask me, okay, but I'm spending a lot of money on my practitioner. It's a big investment on my health to see a practitioner or invest in a program. But the reality is, in the grand scheme of things, in the long run, actually, you're actually saving money because you are knowing exactly what supplements to take without purchasing ones that don't and continuously taking them without seeing changes. So it's all about why you're taking the supplements for your personalized needs. It's not why you're taking it because the internet said why, right? It's not because why you're taking it because YouTube said why, right? It's why for yourself, okay? Because that's the difference, right? Because people will go on the internet and tell you, take the supplement for your eczema because it's gonna help. But is it gonna help your case? Like, what is your case, right? You have so many things going on that you might not know that a practitioner will need to assess. So honestly, you end up sabotaging your own healing by listening to general advice that isn't really helping you, right? Instead of investing in yourself to someone that can actually tailor to your needs. This moves on to the third biggest mistakes when it comes to taking supplements for your eczema is not taking them long enough. So another question that I often get is, how long do I start seeing changes in my skin when I take supplements? Well, this is kind of a loaded question. It really depends on the person again, but supplements can take up to 3, 4, 5, 6 months for it to start taking effect. Really depends on the research behind the supplement. It really depends on your body and how you're digesting as well as absorbing. If you aren't digesting well and you also aren't absorbing well, then some of the supplements you are taking aren't going to be effective. Sometimes with people, they'll take so many supplements and they wonder, why are they not working? Besides the two biggest mistakes I shared earlier with you, this one is about the length of time you're on it, because it can take a while for supplements to take effect. So remembering that when you are taking supplements is to give it time, but also be clear of your root cause and know why you're taking them too. The fourth biggest mistake when it comes to taking supplements for your eczema is taking them at the wrong time. So supplements need to be taken at certain times depending on the type of supplement. For example, multivitamins need to be taken with food, because if you don't take it with food, sometimes the nutrients inside the multivitamin aren't going to be absorbed as well, and it needs fat from food in order to be absorbed. Also, you don't want to take a multivitamin on an empty stomach because some people feel nauseous, some people feel really sick. So you definitely want to take a multivitamin with food. The other example are probiotics. I know a lot of people say that probiotics can either be taken with food or without food. I actually suggest that probiotics should be always taken with food. And the reason because the bacteria in the probiotic actually dies from your stomach acid. But if you're taking your probiotic with food, you're actually allowing the bacteria to reach your gut without letting your stomach acid destroy it. So that's another mistake I see in the community, where people will take their probiotic in an empty stomach, when ideally you actually want to take it with food. Another example that I have is taking a B complex vitamin. I often see people take this way too late in the evening. And the problem with this is B vitamins are meant to give you energy and meant to help you with fatigue. And so if you're someone who is already struggling with sleep, and I know a lot of you guys do because of the itching and just insomnia in general, if you're taking your B vitamin too late, you can actually develop more energy at nighttime, which then leads to more sleep issues and more insomnia. So making sure you take your B vitamin either in the morning or at lunchtime is the best time to take it. And the last biggest mistake when it comes to taking supplements for your eczema, and by the way, you guys, this is probably my favorite one because I see it so often, is relying on it way too much without focusing on other things. I can't tell you guys enough how many times I get DMs about what supplements to take, really just wanting to always focus on diet and supplements when it comes to healing eczema. And the problem with this, you guys, is that when you are solely focusing on diet and supplements, you're not really realizing that other things really matter too. An example of this is mindset, or focusing on trusting yourself, or focusing on your inner healing, like your emotions and thoughts. And I know it's often not talked about, which is why I want to bring it up as a mistake, because people will always look for external things to heal them, right? Supplements and a diet, without really focusing on that healing actually comes from within. It comes from not only the diet and supplements, they matter, but the other things matter too, like your mindset, your thoughts, and your emotional healing, right? Those are things that are really, really important. So the moment you guys are focusing on just supplements to heal you and not really looking deeper, that's when you have to realize that supplements are not the end-all be-all, right? They're meant to support you on your healing journey. They're meant to give you the nutrients if it's lacking from your body, but they're not meant to completely heal you, right? If that was the case, if supplements are the end-all be-all, then everybody would be healed from eczema, right? Think about it this way. If you're someone right now taking a bunch of supplements, but deep down, you really just hate the process and you hate everything about this journey, you don't truly trust yourself, and you just have a terrible, terrible mindset, do you really think your supplements are going to help you solve that? Like, I hate to break it to you, and this is a bit of tough love, but it's not, right? Again, supplements only provide you surface level results. If you don't focus on the inner healing, if you don't focus on all the things that I just talked about, then they're only going to get you the results up to here, right? How do you get past that, right? A lot of people come to me, they're really stuck at this plateau after taking a bunch of supplements, after going on a diet, and they're not seeing that change in their skin. And upon looking deeper, it's really the deep inner work the mindset work that needs to be done to really get them over the edge. And that's exactly what we do inside Clear Eczema, right? We give you the strategy with diet and the supplements and the nutrition and the protocol and all the things that I know you guys are really curious about, but we also focus on the mindset side of things, right? Again, strategy and mindset is what will get you to clear skin. So if you're making this mistake on thinking you just take supplements to heal you, I really want you guys to reframe that thought and start focusing on other things that matter, especially if you've been on supplements for a long time now and you're not doing any of the other mistakes that I mentioned here and you're still not seeing changes. I would really encourage you to look deeper, think deeper, and figure out if there's something else going on beyond the external things. So to recap this video on the 5 biggest mistakes you're making with your supplements for your eczema is number 1, taking too many supplements and being way too aggressive with your protocol. Number 2, not understanding why you're taking the supplement and figuring out your own root cause to take the supplements that are best supported for your needs. Number 3, not taking them long enough and giving it time to do its job. Number 4, taking your supplement at the wrong times. And number 5, relying on them way too much. If you resonated with any of this mistake, please let me know in the comments below. Be happy to hear what you guys are currently working on when it comes to your supplements. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, hit subscribe, and make sure you check out my 2 other videos right here because I share more supplement tips for your eczema, more general tips, honestly, for your skin. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out another video from me. Thanks everyone for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.